Class 12, Subject Business Studies, Chapter 5, Organizing, Lecture number 13. Hello students. In this lecture, we shall study about decentralization thoroughly. Decentralization is dividing the task at every level of the management. Fine. Why it is important in an organization? First of all, decentralization can be defined as even and systematic distribution of authority at every level of management. So, under decentralization, every employee working at different levels gets some share in the authority. So, decentralization is a policy matter and managers plan in advance whether to go for a centralized or decentralized policy. Fine. Decentralization lessens the burden of top level management. How? Because it gives actual work experience to some middle and lower level executives, which improve their morale. So, importance of decisions means the costliness is the key factor which determines the extent of decentralization. Fine. So, it depends upon top management to whom it has to give responsibility. Fine. And who will be capable of fulfilling that responsibility which is given by top management to the superior. Fine. So it is a key factor which determines the extent of decentralization. Fine. See here in this diagram, the persons are working on various levels, on various tools, and they have their own position in the organization. But they will talk to each other, they will consult with each other to give their responsibility to somebody who is capable of fulfilling that responsibility and authority, and they are accountable for the superior. Fine. Importance of decentralization. How it is important in our organization. Number one, develop initiative among subordinates. Passing of authority at middle and lower level shows the trust and faith of top level in their subordinates. Fine. So, the subordinate always want to work with superior, but if superiors are sharing their work with subordinates, that means this trust and faith motivate the subordinates, motivate the employees working at different levels, as they are allowed to take decisions without seeking the approval of superiors. Fine. So here subordinates are free to take decisions at every level they want to, but they are totally responsible for the work that has been assigned to them by their superior. Fine. So they are working at different levels as they are allowed to take decisions without seeking the approval of superiors. Fine. Second point is develop managerial talent for future. In the decentralization, managers working at lower and middle level also learn the art of making decisions. How? Because if they are working the work of the superior and side by side they are getting the work of that particular superior, fine. So they should also get some chance of experiencing the work. So they get experience of performing activities of top executive and learn to manage the authority given to them. So, decentralization process prepares the managers working at lower and middle level to perform the task of top level. Managers are prepared for working at lower and for working the top level, because at that time when they get responsibility they are working at lower and middle level, but they want to get experience of top level. Definitely they have shared that responsibility with top level and they are doing their work honestly. Fine. So whenever there is vacant job position on top level, at top level management, the managers working at lower or middle level can be promoted. Fine. This is how it levels talent for future. So decentralization also develop managerial talent for future. Our third point is quick decision making. In decentralization process, the decision making is not restricted in few hands only, but decision making power is entrusted to all the managers who are taking actions or performing the activities. So this leads to faster decision because employees who have to perform the activities are allowed to take decisions also. Fine. So here employees become perfect while taking decisions about their work, because that work is divided by the superior and the employees has to prove themselves best in the particular task. So they have to do that task perfectly, efficiently and effectively. Fine. So decentralization also help in quick decision making the decisions quick, because employee have to perform the activities are allowed to take decisions also. Fourth one is relief to top management. In the process of decentralization, top level managers are not overburdened with the responsibilities and authority, as they systematically pass the authority and responsibilities at different levels, and they become free to concentrate on core and important issues. They are saying that top level managers are not overburdened with the responsibility if they pass their responsibility at different levels. There are a lot of tasks that a top management has to do, but if they divide their authority and responsibility to other levels, they become free to concentrate on important issues. Whatever is important, they will concentrate on that and they will take part in that type of tasks and issues more efficiently. Fine. So decentralization provide relief to top level management as well. Next one is facilitates growth. Decentralization grants more autonomy or freedom to lower level. This helps subordinates to do the work in the manner best suited for their departments. They are saying the subordinate can easily do the work in the best level for their department. So when each department is doing to their best, then productivity also increases and it will generate more revenue, which can be used for expansion of the organization. Fine. So decentralization also facilitates growth of the organization. The department is doing to their best with their productivity increases. When will they get their productivity increases? When it is used for expansion, that the work that is not so important is given to subordinate, and the best suited work and that the work that need vital information, fine, is done by top management. Sixth one is better control. In decentralization, employees working at different levels take their own decisions and they are personally accountable for the decisions. You know, beta top level has already given the responsibility to middle and lower level. So now it's the responsibility of lower level or middle level to whom it is given by the superior, by the top management, that they have to do their, they have to make their decisions and they are accountable for the decisions made by them. They cannot pass the blame to their superiors. They cannot say that we were not able to take the decision, so we have not done this work. These were the excuses. Fine. So decentralization, control better, fine, can be exercised through scorecard, management information system, etc. So it can better control the organization, fine, while doing the work perfectly. So with decentralization, better control can be exercised through scorecards, management information system, etc. Seventh one is it promotes initiative and creativity. The initiative directly depends on the authority. When the employees at every level are given greater degree of autonomy and authority according to their responsibilities, this helps them to take initiative. Fine. And on the other hand, when lower and middle level executives are performing the task of top level executive, then it brings creativity. So it is very important to create initiative and creativity when the top management is dividing the work, its work that is not so much important to its lower and middle level management. Fine. So if lower and middle level executives are performing the task of top level executives, then it brings creativity. Fine. So decentralization promotes creativity and initiative because the initiative directly depends on the authority. When the employees at every level are given greater degree of autonomy, means freedom and authority according to their responsibility, and if this helps them to take initiative. Suppose somebody has given the work to his subordinate, and the subordinate is free to take decisions about that work also, and he is free to see, he is free to take authority as well, and he is free to take initiative as well. In that case, he will perform the work in the best way because it is promoting his creativity and initiative as well. Fine. Next one is it improves teamwork. In decentralization, all the managers and employees are sharing the decision making power. So, all are given some kind of autonomy and freedom of action. This sharing of decision and freedom of action integrate the employees as one team and develop team spirit among the employees. When employees are sharing decision making powers, all are given some kind of freedom of action as well. This sharing of decisions and freedom of actions integrate the employees as one team and develop team spirit among the employees. Fine. So it creates the feeling of unity in action amongst the employees. Fine. Now, delegation is necessary in every organization, but decentralization is optional. as we have read delegation and decentralization. So the point here is that we have to make us understand that delegation is necessary in every organization, but decentralization is optional. So delegation is an essential part of every organization. No organization can work without using the concept of delegation, as there is no individual who can do all the work himself only. Delegation is an important part of every organization, because organization in an organization, this is not the work of one person only. The person has to share his authorities, responsibilities with some subordinates, so that his work can be done at best level. Fine, at the best level. So no organizations can work without using the concept of delegation, as there is no individual who can do all the work himself only. Fine. So delegation is necessary in every organization, but decentralization is optional. Next point is delegation is a tool to get the work done effectively and efficiently through others, whereas decentralization is required when an organization grows and expands, and only top level cannot manage it. You know, suppose if in the organization only top level management is there, can top level management do all the work perfectly? Top level management can take decisions only, but it cannot help in the execution of the work. Who will help in the execution of the work? Lower level management. But can it be possible for the top level management to tell lower level management every time without interrupting in the work? No. It has to tell all the work that is to be done by lower level to whom? To middle level management. So beta, delegation is a tool to get the work done effectively and efficiently through others, because delegation is dividing the work to from superior to subordinate, whereas decentralization is required when an organization grows and expands, and only top level cannot manage it. Fine. Delegation is required at every level of the management, and decentralization is required when an organization grows. If there is only one product produced in the organization, definitely we can tell that delegation plays a vital role. Fine. But if the organization is producing more than one product, then there should be delegation and decentralization both. So only top level management cannot manage it, cannot manage the work. So understood this point, that delegation is a tool to get the work done effectively and efficiently through others, whereas decentralization is required when an organization grows and expands, and only top level cannot manage it. Fine. See, especially in the present era, due to liberalization and globalization, fast decisions is needed, and quick decisions can be taken through decentralization only. Because we can see one example, that if we have the responsibility of taking all the decisions, then definitely we will take some time to take that decisions. Fine, precisely. But if we have given the some of the responsibility to some subordinates, fine, in that case subordinates will will consume their time to take decisions, then it will be very easy for us to control the organizations. Fine. So see here, as it only provides greater flexibility and freedom of action, but still many organizations are working with little or no decentralization. Fine. It is a matter of choice and preference of top level management and not compulsory. Delegation we need in every organization, but decentralization it is not compulsory in any or every organization. If the organization grows or more than one product is produced in the organization, only then we need decentralization in the organization. So it is a matter of choice and preference of top level management and not compulsory. Fine. So now your chapter is completed. Your homework is just to learn all the topics, revise thoroughly, complete the chapter in the pair notebook. Fine. And learn this topic as well as we have done today, that about delegation and decentralization, and the importance of decentralization as well.